Hi, this is Heather Burns from Commonwealth Theater Center coming to you from my home. I have a special guest today, as you can see. Trying to film this Hangs with Heather, and my cat, Linus, has decided he wants to be the special guest today. So, sometimes you have friends to play with, sometimes you amuse yourself, and sometimes you have fur friends to play with. So Linus might be helping me today with my Hangs with Heather. And maybe you have a pet at home too who would be amused by today's improvisation game, which is called Memoir of an Inanimate Object. So when we do outreach, we don't get to do this game a whole lot because when we go out to schools and community centers, we're usually working with large groups and we want to make sure everybody gets a turn. And this is a one at a time kind of game. So memoirs of an inanimate object is when you randomly choose some object, any object around you, and you personify it, or rather you give it a personality. Personification means give human attributes to something that may not have them or that you imagine has them. So what you do is you take an object and you imagine that it's like a person that has had its own whole life, and you give it feelings and you give it a story, and you just make it up on the fly, and you monologue that object and its memoir, its personal memoir. For example, the memoir of a yogurt jar. See, Linus is interested. The memoir of a yogurt jar. Here we go. Hi, everybody. I'm the yogurt jar. I may look empty to you. I may not look like much, but I've had a very full life, and I wanted to tell you about it. So as I said, I might just look empty and like not much, but I wasn't always this way. I used to be full of yogurt, delicious vanilla yogurt, and not just any yogurt. I mean, look, I'm a glass jar. I'm not just plastic. I'm a glass jar. I'm the fancy yogurt. That's right. I'm the fancy yogurt, and I'm delicious. But I was something even before that. You see, I wasn't always a glass yogurt jar. Well, way back, as far as I can remember, if I really think back, uh, I just go to pieces. Yeah, I just go to pieces thinking about when I was a baby in my early childhood, because I was sand. Yeah, I was sand. I was just little granules of sand until I was scooped up one day and melted together in a forge and found the new me, shiny, strong, yet fragile, and able to hold yogurt. One day this lady came along and she bought me. She bought me in the store and enjoyed the yogurt. She enjoyed the yogurt, and she even shared it with her family members. And you'd think that that was it. You'd think that I was just done and used up and she might just throw me away or put me in the recycling bin, because I've noticed that she does that. But she didn't put me in the recycling bin. I've heard her talking, and you know what I think's going to happen? I think she's going to put a candle in me. Just when I thought I was empty and there was nothing else for me to do but just reinvent myself, I think I might stay me and have a new friend, a candle. And maybe she might even put me out on the porch. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being a new porch light. And I wanted to inspire all you yogurt containers out there to reinvent yourselves too. All right. Thanks for listening to me today. So Linus has left my immediate area here, but he's still in the room watching me. I think he's participating as an audience member. It's hard to tell with cats sometimes, but he is watching me, either plotting my demise or being mildly entertained. So So I've been doing this game just with myself and Linus, but I will say that I did a run through with my son. Run through. We played it a couple of weeks ago, going back and forth where he chose an object, I chose an object. He's 7 years old. He would mostly just hand me objects and ask me to do another one and another one, but he did take turns actually being objects. And you see me gesturing with this because this was one of his chosen objects. But all of that is to say that this is another game for any age, which with, older students, adults, you can be silly, you can go deep, you can monologue long. Any age can play, even with very young children. This is something that you can play, and you can imagine personalities for different objects. You can, of course, do it with character toys too that already have a personality, but the idea behind Memoirs of an Inanimate Object is that you're the creator behind the character and have to think back to the origins of that object and infuse it all with life instead of a toy that already comes like with a prepackaged personality, which are fun, but this is just creative in a totally different way. And I say go back to the origins of the object, like my glass jar and grains of sand. I am not a scientist. I don't know how accurate that was. You could go all academic and research how glass is made and put that into your monologue if you want, or you can just mess around and have fun. So this is Granite. Hi, I'm Gary. I'm Gary Granite. Glad to see you all here. I'm feeling pretty good about myself today. I've got my shiny side on. Sometimes I feel down. I feel down and out and just plain. But today I'm feeling pretty good, and I wanted to come and share my story. It's a sad story. It's a sad story, really. Well, I was part of a rock, a huge rock. You could even call it a boulder. And it was a big, beautiful boulder. And we were part of a mountain, And it was beautiful. We had trees on us and grass and stuff, a beautiful view. And one day, this huge piece of equipment came and just hauled us right out on the ground, just hauled us out. And I didn't know what was going to happen next. I really didn't. I was worried. I was scared. And I just hung tight. Just me and the rest of the rock, we were solid. And we were hauled over to this place, this huge warehouse with all this fancy equipment. And I overheard these people talking that we were chosen. We were special, and we were chosen because we were so beautiful, and that we had a special purpose in life. And that purpose would be to become a countertop in a fancy house. That's right, a countertop. I was really looking forward to it. Parties, the big time, food. I mean, because we're granite. We're granite, man. But then, you know what happened? Well, they were cutting into the rock that I was a part of. And you can see right here on top of my head. I chipped. I couldn't hold it together. I chipped, man. I chipped. And I'm unusable. I'm unusable as a countertop. I'm no good. I had to say goodbye to all my friends, and I wish them well, They're living the good life. I wish they could have taken me as a coaster or something, A coaster, maybe? Something? Backsplash? I don't know. Now I've just been hanging out on this lady's porch. Kid drew on me the other day, and I don't know what she's gonna do with me. Maybe she'll use me as a coaster. Sometimes she sets me on top of things to hold them down, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just hanging out on a porch. I don't know what life is gonna hold. So yeah, that's me. That's me. And to all my rock buddies out there, just want to say, hang tough. Um, Living the good life, man. I'll see you around. I'll be on the porch. Thanks. I'm out. No. I'm not gonna rock drop. Mike dropped the rock. So that's Memoirs of an Inanimate Object. And one of the reasons that I chose this game today is because last week I chose a game to play with a group of people who you're with. And this one you can, just totally amuse yourself. You can play with a family member, or you can even play over a video platform of your choice. So go be creative. Have fun with it. Thanks for hanging with Heather.